Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Too Opinionated. So excited today. I've got actress Marika Sila with me. So welcome, Marika.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going so good. So I got to start this way. I was going to tell you that you're kind of a badass, but I'm thinking your dad's kind of the badass of the family. I mean, I listened to your podcast about your dad going to the North Pole. He's kind of a badass.
Yeah, he's pretty cool. Most of my family is way cooler than me, actually.
Yeah.
My brother went to the last two Winter Olympics, and my mom used to be a big ice climber here in the valley. And
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, like
when your dad, he's like called the ice walker.
Yes, that's what
that's
he's
really
referred
cool
to as. Yes, isn't it?
Yes.
Way better than my
There's nobody calling me the ice walker.
Yeah.
Because I would be going with that. It wouldn't say Michael Wall on the screen here. It would say ice walker.
Yeah, legal name. Yeah, I should
legal
get my dad
name.
His name to his Ice Walker, the Ice Walker. Legal name.
Now it's so cool. Really good job with your podcast. I listened to a couple episodes. Really good.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun. It's challenging. It's like a total different platform than that I'm used to. So that's been interesting to learn how to do sound design and all that jazz. Is definitely, I've learned a lot.
It's the great thing about podcasting is anybody can do it. The bad thing about podcasting is anybody can do it.
Yeah.
So, it's not to do it well is not as easy as most people think. You got to put a little bit of effort into it.
Yes, totally. And I think I'm a bit of a perfectionist sometimes, so that holds me back a little bit.
Oh yeah.
But it serves its purpose at times.
Yeah. Well, I thought it was great. So it's Red Path Radio. Did I get that right?
Yeah, Red Path Radio.
Yeah. I thought really good. It's a good concept. It's unique. Yeah, I know we didn't come on here to talk podcast, but as a podcaster, I can recognize when somebody's doing a good job, because most of the time I'm like, that wasn't very good. They weren't very good. Because you compare everything. Well, I appreciate you're like, you know what I mean. You're everything. I hear other podcasts. I'm like, nah, we're better. But yours is really good. Yours is really good. I did not say that with yours.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I pour my heart and soul into that podcast, so it's good to get some good feedback.
So we got lots to talk about, but give just a few seconds on what the podcast is about. What's the idea behind it?
Yeah, so Red Path Talent is my company that I started about 5 years ago, based on the phrase "walking the red road." So it's a common indigenous phrase known as walking a path dedicated to sobriety, health, and wellness. So what the whole podcast is about is to motivate each and every listener to step onto their version of walking the red road and walking their version of the red path. And I just hope to share knowledge, indigenous knowledge, but also just come together in unity and invite all races to come together and talk about greatness and hear stories of people that are doing all the things and making money doing it. And I think it's just so cool to learn from each other. And back in the day, when I was trading, before money was ever a thing, we would trade knowledge and help one another by trading goods. And so that's what this podcast is all about, is to come together in unity and trade knowledge so that we can all excel and grow together as a nation.
I love that. And so important right now.
There's so much division with the world.
Yeah. We need more unity right now.
Yes, I think so.
What is it like being an actress in Hollywood now? Is representation at front of mind? Are they doing a better job with it now? Have you seen a difference over the last few years?
Yes, for sure. I've seen a huge difference in the past couple of years. I think that equal representation is as important as it has always been, but now it's proper representation is, I think, more at the forefront of casting directors thinking when they're casting parts and roles. They're more so going for casting someone who is actually indigenous instead of just looking the part.
Right.
So it's great. It's working really well for us indigenous people. I think it's been a long time coming that we have had this opportunity to play lead characters in feature films and stuff. So it's been really amazing to see the entire community really starting to get recognition finally.
Yeah, I love that. And you're seeing more and more roles in TV shows and films that star indigenous people. It's terrific, and they're well written roles. They have some depth, and you actually get to know the person a little bit through the role. Whether in the past, I think you had more just a presence, but they didn't really go into much depth of the character, so you didn't get to know them as well. So that's something that I've noticed that's been really nice.
Yeah, and I think it's all across the board too. Just in the entertainment industry, whether it comes to modeling or acting and anything that's really in the spotlight, we're getting way more recognition than we used to. So it's good for the entire community.
Inclusion's a good thing. We need more of that. That's terrific. That's terrific. Where did you grow up? Where were you raised?
I was born in Yellowknife. My traditional territory is all the way in Tuktoyaktuk and WT. So basically like as far north as you can go until you hit the Arctic Ocean on the West Coast. So my dad, he grew up there and went to residential school in Inuvik. He then came down south, met my mom. And so I was born in Yellowknife, but I grew up here in Canmore. This is where my parents met.
Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, that's terrific. That's terrific. Okay, so I jumped way out of place. So I'm gonna back up. Let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. What made you want to get into entertainment? How did you become an actress?
That goes way back to when I was about 9 years old and obsessed with Miss Congeniality. I think that my dad bought that or rented that movie for me like a million times.
Classic.
And yeah. And at that point, it was around that time when I actually got on set with a Scooby-Doo set because our neighbors in Vancouver, they were producers working on the Scooby-Doo set. And so my brother and I, at the ripe age to step onto a Scooby-Doo set, I mean, that's a perfect age too. It was sort of surreal opportunity to see how everything works and to step on set, and it was amazing. And it was really then when I was like, I really want to do this. And at that time, I wanted to be a director. And everyone was kind of saying, no, like, don't you want to be an actress? Don't you want to be in front of the camera? And so that kind of, I was like, yeah, actually, yeah. And, but now it's kind of coming full circle and I'm getting really interested in producing and directing again.
Oh, that's terrific. Yeah. And I think they complement each other really well. Whichever side you start on, it's going to help you on the other side.
I think so too. Yeah.
Yeah. So did you do like theater or, anything like that while you were growing up through school?
Yeah, I played a couple roles in high school, just in theater class. And one of them was Rizzo in Greece.
Love it.
It was so much fun. And every single night that we put that play on, it was completely sold out. And like we were in the newspaper. It was such a popular show. And it was so much fun. And I think that was when I just knew that I wanted to be in the entertainment industry and that was the first time I was actually able to perform acting, because I grew up as a cross-country ski racer. I ski raced for about 15 years of my life, and my brother went on to go to the last 2 Winter Olympics for cross-country skiing. And
how did he do?
He did pretty good. He didn't medal or anything.
Yeah, but I mean, just getting there, that's amazing.
Yeah, so he's been one of the best cross-country ski racers in Canada for a while, and so he's a big inspiration to me.
Can you beat him?
What's that?
Can you beat him?
I've never. I could never. I really wish I could, but I couldn't. Just keeping up is hard enough.
That's amazing. So it kind of that kind of runs in the family a little bit, right?
Yeah, well, my parents have always encouraged my brother and I to just do whatever we want. I mean, like, they've encouraged us to dream big and go for it.
Yeah.
And I think that is one of the main reasons why my brother and I have just felt like we have that permission to just go for it. And so, yeah, they've been a great support for both my brother and I. And I definitely wouldn't be where I am right now if I didn't have that support and the motivation that my family gives me. So I'm really grateful for that.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So if you weren't in entertainment, would you still be skiing?
I quit ski racing when I was about 16 years old, and I just don't like the cold, to tell you the truth. As crazy as it sounds, I get so much heckler because I'm Inuit, so you would think that I would be able to handle the cold, but apparently I'm 1/16 Fijian, like from Fiji.
Oh, well, there you go.
I swear I got that gene.
You're a little more hot-blooded. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like the cold. I like to stay warm. So I much prefer to be in a dance studio. And inside, I love going to the gym. I love staying active that way. But I would say I'm pretty much doing exactly what I want to be doing, which I feel super grateful for. But if I wasn't doing this, I would say I would probably be in some kind of science, because I have this weird nerdy side to me that I love quantum physics, and I would probably be doing something in that regards.
All right. Of all the things I would have guessed, quantum physics, not one of them.
Yeah, I've actually never admitted that on camera.
Mm-hmm. You heard it here first. If this acting thing doesn't work out.
Yeah, totally. I love trying to figure out like how scientifically the universe works.
I actually love that.
That's what
if you can figure it out, if you can figure out how it works, call me and dumb it down enough so I can understand.
Awesome. I'll let you know. I'll work on that and I'll let you know.
Just in your spare time.
Yeah.
So
I do on my spare time anyway. So if I find any answers, I'll let you know.
Yeah, please do. Call me up. So I mentioned that you know I think you're a badass, but you got to do some stunt work on Midnight Mass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that show was terrific. We were lucky enough we got to talk to a few of the actors came on the show, so I'm a big fan of the show. But what kind of work were you doing for it?
I was there was a big scene with probably 50 people, 50 stunt actors and stunt performers. It was quite the scene, and it took about 7 days to choreograph all of that. And it was.
Are we talking about the scene near the end of the show?
Yeah, the crazy scene.
Oh,
yeah. That took I think a solid like 4 days to choreograph.
How fun!
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
And I wasn't the main character or anything. It's interesting, like because I was just playing an extra in that, or like a stunt performer in that scene. And it was cool. It was fun to kind of step back and see how that side of the world works. And I'd like to step more into the stunt performing world. So it was a really good opportunity to learn how it all works. And because as an actress, I would like to be able to do most of my stunts.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of special skills and stuff. So eventually that's the main goal, is to bring my special skills, my staff work, my nunchuck and all that jazz and sword stuff. That's really the goal, is to be able to play a character that I can do all those things. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed.
You know how badly I would like to be able to say that my special skills are like nunchuck and staff and sword.
Hey, you're still young. You could do it.
Oh my gosh. No, I could not. No, I could not. I would hurt myself. It would be a disaster. If I do it though, if I try it, at some point, I have to film it.
Yeah, you do.
That could be, I'm sure you and I could do a YouTube channel where you could teach me these special skills. It'll be hilarious.
Yeah. I mean, people always ask me, they're like, do you teach? I'm like, I wish I had enough time.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, you're too busy.
Hopefully someday, my goal is to make an app or something someday where I can where I can teach people how to do all the things and stunt performing and whatnot. So maybe someday.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you should totally do that. Did I see something where you also can do some things with fire?
Yeah. So I do a lot of fire performing. My main focuses are right now karate and taekwondo, and nunchuck, staff, and sword handling. But I started with fire spinning and hula hooping.
Very nice.
Yeah. So that's kind of where like my performing started, was with hoop dancing.
Oh, I like that. So are you like Olympic rhythm gymnastics level type of hoop dancing? Or is it something different from that?
There's kind of a more mainstream style, which is I would say more street style than the like Olympic version of it.
Liking this.
It's really creative, and it's great exercise. And that's kind of how I started. It's really common in the rave scene. But then also there's another whole side of it, of hoop dancing, which is traditional, and I think mostly traditional to Cree and First Nations cultures. I had the honor of learning how to do all that as well, so I know how to do that. But I mainly just focus more on my kind of hip hop style of hoop dancing.
I mean, this is also something that we need to do on our YouTube channel. You need to teach me hip hop hoop dancing.
Yes, I've done it before.
We are either going to have no views or like 1 million.
Yeah,
I'm leaning toward 1 million. I think it's going to be a hit.
Yeah, that would be fun someday.
Hip hop hoop dancing with Marika and Mike.
Yeah, there you go. You gotta get the hip hop down first.
Marika and Ice Walker.
Yes, yeah, we'll get my dad on here too.
Yeah, he probably not gonna like it if I steal his.
Yeah. No kidding.
I don't want to anger the Ice Walker. I don't want any part of him.
Yeah.
No, it's terrific. Do you have your belt in karate?
No, I wish. I just started studying that in the past 3 years. So, and pretty much that has been all throughout COVID. So there hasn't been much professional training with that yet. I just kind of raid YouTube and do all the
very
training
nice.
I see a bunch of professional fighters using or teaching. So that's kind of my go-to these days. Is I'm really focusing on my kicks because that's super popular in like action scenes and stuff. So it's really fun
that's good. That's a good skill to have in your toolkit. That's really good.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Very nice. So we have to talk about Ditched.
Mm-hmm.
So give me a little.
Know?
Well, let me tell you. I'll tell you this. I'm a chicken, and I love the movie, but I missed probably big chunks of it at times because I was hiding. It was a little scary.
Yeah, my friends were scared watching it too. I wasn't so scared watching it because I saw how they did everything, and so to me, it doesn't scare me. But my mom is like, I don't want to watch it, and I'm like, well, definitely don't watch the end. But
the end, it's so okay. Let's do this. Talk a little bit about what Ditched is about and what your role is in it, and then I'll make a comment about the end.
Yeah, so I played Melina in the film Ditched, and it's all about, I would say, vengeance and seeking justice in a really twisted way. The entire crew, the entire cast that is involved in the car accident that was planned by all these vigilantes who are actually after us and trying to kill us. So Melina is trying to escape this entire situation the whole time, and Melina is an indigenous character, which is great. She's a paramedic. And
you were very believable as a paramedic, I thought.
Thank you. I had just gotten off set playing a cop, so that probably helped. I mean, they're similar, but not the same.
Yeah. What was the show that you got to play a police officer?
I played Sergeant Yuka Mongoyak in the Twilight Zone.
Oh, the Twilight Zone. I saw that episode. That was so good.
Thank you.
Yeah. You were terrific in that.
Thank you. So yeah, I had just gotten offset with that, and then and I was offered this role with Ditched, and so obviously I took the opportunity. I had never acted in a horror film before, so it was a really good opportunity to kind of see how things are done in the horror realm, because I've been so scared of horror films for a long time. It was a good opportunity for me to like face my fears.
Yeah. Did you have to practice your screaming?
I didn't practice my screaming too much because my voice would go like it, like when you scream that crazy, like you can't really do it too much until you kind of like damage your voice a bit. And so I was trying to like just do it like a couple times and just like leave it on the field, you know?
Yeah. That's right. Really because you don't want to strain your voice. Yeah.
So I just knew that on the day, it's a film term to say like on the day. It just means you could even say that like the same day, but it's actually like during the shot. So like when we went to shoot, I just knew that on the day I would just like let it all go. And yeah, it was fun. It was so much fun. Luckily, I didn't have to do that crazy scene until way later. I think that was the second last scene that we filmed. So my voice wasn't too shot after that, luckily.
It's very, I thought it was very scary, but it's twisty. Like you don't expect what's coming.
Yeah. You really don't. I've never seen it until.
It's really good. It's really good. No. I hadn't either.
I was like, really? okay.
Yeah. I will not give it away because it's so good. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but it's terrific, and it's out now.
Yes, on VOD and Blu-ray. If it's not out now, it should be out, and I think it's out February 14th or something.
Yeah. It comes. I think that's right. It comes out right around Valentine's Day on Blu-ray, but you can get it on demand right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
video
so good.
on demand. Mm-hmm.
Did you get to do your own stunts in this one?
Yes, there wasn't too many crazy stunts on this one. Not like it was on Midnight Mass.
Right.
Yeah, so it was nothing compared to that crazy level of stunts. So I was glad that I kind of could ease into it.
Yeah.
But yes, I did everything on Ditched.
Yeah, that's really cool. The music's really good in it as well.
It's amazing. I love the score in this. In Ditched.
You don't expect that from this type of movie. You wouldn't expect it to have such a good soundtrack, but it really does.
Yeah, it is. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And it's original for Ditch too, which is so cool.
So I saw your episode of Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's probably the first thing I had seen. I'm sure. That
was so funny.
Yeah.
My big moment, my cameo.
Well, if you're going to cameo.
Yeah. That was the first role that I had ever booked on film. And I was fresh out of acting school. And I honestly, it was the only audition that I have ever done where I was like, I don't care if I get this role or not, because it was, for the viewers, it was Barfing Girl and labeled Barfing Girl. And I was like, okay, like I'll just do this audition to make my agent happy. And so I went in, I didn't even practice or anything. I just went in, and the scene is, I'm supposed to have a moment with the main character as if like we're all flirty and stuff. And then I puke, and then things go south from there in the whole night. The whole party kind of goes south after that. But it was funny because I was like, literally my role was just Barfing Girl. So I guess I nailed it and got the part. And so, yeah, that was my first.
Well, for a Barfing Girl, I thought you did really well.
Thank you.
No, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's pretty funny. When I was on the red carpet for the Twilight Zone in LA, one of the interviewers was like, "How does it feel to go from Barfing Girl to Sergeant Yuka Mongoyak in the Twilight Zone?" I was like, "Feels good."
It's a journey. It's a journey.
Been a journey.
Sergeant Yuka was a good character.
Yeah. It was a really fun character. I really had to. I mean, I was still playing background roles up until that point, and I read the breakdown for that audition, and I told my partner at the time, I was like, "This is the most important audition potentially of my life. Like, I need to nail this." And I put it on tape. I did a decently good job, I guess good enough for them to ask me to retape. And I had fake eyelashes on at this time. The producer, the director was like, "Can you take your eyelashes off, please?" And then, so I had to retape it. And then I didn't hear about that role, like that I got it, until like a month later, I think. And I was what they call shortlisted for like 2.5 weeks. And so I knew that it was between me and maybe one or two other girls for like 2.5 weeks. And so I was just on the edge of the seat, just waiting for the call.
Yeah, that's really stressful. And then you were in the show Tribal.
Yes, Tribal. I played a cop in that as well.
That's what I thought. That's why I was asking, because I was like, I think she's talking about Tribal. But then I was like, oh yeah, Twilight Zone. You've done that a couple of times.
I've played mostly paramedics and cops up until this point.
Why is that, do you think? And barfing girl.
Yeah. I'm glad that I haven't been typecast as barfing girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
although I've always told people that I could not be an actor, but if I was going to be, I would want to be like I would pitch myself as the guy that dies at the beginning of every movie. And that's in all, like my entire IMDb page, that's all I would want on it would be dead guy, dead guy, dead guy, dead guy. That would be but yours could be barfing girl.
Yeah. That's funny. But yeah, so far it seems I've been like a little bit typecast, but I'm okay with that because I really like the roles that I've been getting.
Yeah, you've had some really good roles. Yeah, for sure. And I think it goes, you come across as a badass at times. I think that's probably helping you get those roles.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Is there a genre that you haven't got to do yet that you would like to do?
I think comedy would be stepping out of my comfort zone because I've just been playing such serious roles in the past little while. So I think comedy would really stretch my repertoire. I think it'd be super fun with comedy.
That would be awesome. Yeah, that's what I was going to suggest. I think that's one you should give a try. Let's get some comedy.
It'd be good.
You got to play
right now. My demo reel is pretty funny.
Have you got to play
and scary?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. We need to make that happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna make some
I
calls.
swear, like I'm really nice. Like all the roles I'm playing are like really stoic and serious.
They are. They really are.
Yeah.
But you're great in them. You're terrific.
Thank you.
You're terrific.
Have
you got to play a skier on camera yet?
A skier? No. But I did have the opportunity to do some fire spinning and staff stuff on the last movie that I filmed called Finality of Dusk. And it's a post-apocalyptic film set like 30 years from now. And it's a survival movie, which is really cool. And it's all about like the end of the world and surviving through it all. So I'm super excited for that to come out.
Yeah, when's that one coming out?
It's just in the phases of post-production right now. So even I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so I guess we'll see.
You'll have to come back when you can talk about that one because that sounds awesome.
Totally.
Although it's a little close, 30, 40 years, that's a little close.
Yeah. Hopefully it's not that soon.
Yeah, it's maybe a couple hundred years.
Hopefully a couple hundred. At least.
At least. Well, Marika, this has been terrific. Thank you so much for spending a little bit of time with me today. I was looking forward to this one because I love the movie. And I was like, I can't wait to talk to her.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course. A fellow podcaster. That's rare. I don't get to talk to too many fellow podcasters. That's pretty exciting.
Awesome.
The acting thing's good too.
I gotta listen to your podcast. What's your podcast?
So it's called Too Opinionated. You gotta check it out.
Okay, cool.
Too Opinionated.
Sorry, I've had so many interviews. It's like so conjoined.
I know. And I'll forgive you.
My manager just tells me where to go when. So
well, that's good. You need somebody that's going to keep track of that stuff for you.
Seriously.
And I'm sure the other podcasts are great too. I'm sure, but Too Opinionated, that's the one you want.
Awesome. I'll have to listen to this episode too. How I did.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be great. I can't wait for it to come out. So yeah, for sure. And then we'll have a part 2.
Awesome. Sweet.
Yeah. And maybe a YouTube channel. Who knows?
Yes, exactly.
So a couple things before you go, Marika. is there, I think we've hit everything, but is there anything else that you're working on that we can kind of keep an eye out for?
Yeah, I'm really excited to be directing and producing my first feature-length documentary.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, it's challenging because it's the first time I've ever done the producing side of things, but it's great. I've been learning a lot, and it's based on the premise of it is what's next on Canada's Red Path to Reconciliation. So Red Path is my company. We were starting to produce stuff. This will be the first thing, but normally I would be traveling across Canada, hosting youth empowerment programs, teaching youth the power of self-expression through dance, acting, and singing. But this is based on what's been going on with the indigenous, the Indian residential schools. My dad went to residential school for 13 years, and so I'm inherently quite affected by it. And I would love, my goal is to interview any Indigenous elders and community leaders to get their opinions on what they think we need to do as a nation to move forward in a good way.
What a great documentary. And what's it called?
What's Next on Canada's Red Path. Yeah, so basically it's the short form is What's Next, but it's What's Next on Canada's Red Path to Reconciliation.
Love it. Yeah, good for you. And to start a company already, where do you find the time?
It's hard. Having a manager really helps. And before that, I was like unreachable. I just couldn't handle everything. So I'm super, super grateful to have his help with everything, and starting to build a team slowly, which is really nice so that I don't have to do all of the editing and everything with my content. So I'm so happy for you.
That's terrific. So last thing before you go, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me pretty much anywhere: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, as Marika Sila, MarikaSila.
Yeah, you came right up when I was searching for you. You were very easy to find. So
yeah, awesome. That's good.
Pretty good. And the movie is Ditched, and it's out on demand now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
It's good. It's good. You got to come back when we can actually like talk about Ditched, because it was so twisty, but I don't want to give it away. So we'll give everybody a chance to watch it. Yeah, that's right. And then you got to come back, and then we'll get into it.
Awesome. I'd love to.
All right, Marika. Well, hold on. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, this has been so much fun. Hold on one second, and we'll hit pause. All right, so that was Marika Sila. How fun was that? She was terrific, so talented. I hope you guys enjoyed that. She's a very impressive lady, just terrific. I definitely would not want to cross her. I think she's so talented, athletic. You wouldn't want her upset with you. Now, she was absolutely a delight. Really enjoyed that. If you haven't seen it yet, do yourself a favor, check out Ditched. We're having more of the cast will be coming on the show. So looking forward to that. But check that out and enjoy, and definitely have somebody with you that you can kind of hold on to, because it's a pretty good ride. Pretty good ride. Thank you guys so much for tuning in again this week. Definitely don't take that for granted. I'm so grateful for you all. If you haven't done so yet, though, we could use the help on our YouTube channel, MeisterCon Pod. Love to have your subscription. So please at least consider it. We're up to about 335 or so episodes. You can see all the video versions on YouTube of those. We have had the best guests. I guarantee you'll find tons of people that you are fans of. So check that out. YouTube MeisterCon Pod. You can find all 330 some episodes, audio and video, on our website, meistercon.com. It has a terrific geeky blog from Brett. He's such a good writer, so you can find that on there. If we're doing anything in studio, if we're going on location, if we're covering conventions, all of that will be on the website, meistercon.com. Thank you guys so much. This was a fun one today. Till next time. Bye, everybody.